Good morning, everybody. It's Ange at Homestead Design. So, what we're going to talk about today in relation to our Perfectly Imperfect January is a new idea. It's the idea of setting a theme or a word for the month. So this would be different than a resolution or a goal. This is just kind of like an overarching thing, just kind of setting the tone or setting a theme for the month. Kind of in a broader area that you want to work on. So this could be instead of resolutions. Resolutions are kind of just, maybe concrete things that I want to build a habit or give something up or something like that. This is kind of a little bit more broad. Or you could do this in addition to resolutions too. Just kind of a fun idea to think about. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for January. This can be any time of year. And so the idea of the theme for the month or the word of the month is to kind of look at the little assessment that we did a few days ago. Go back and watch that video if you haven't seen that one. But if you kind of look at areas of your life that you might like to work on, that can give you a clue as to what a good theme or word for the month might be. And it doesn't have to be about productivity either. It can be something fun. It can be, just kind of something to add a little bit more lightness or joy to your life too. But just kind of that word helps you to kind of set the tone for your month and be intentional about the decisions that you're making. And so if you want to get more information about that idea, someone I really like, my favorite podcaster is Gretchen Rubin, and I will put a link to some of her podcasts and videos that she's done about this topic. It's really fun to hear ideas that other people have and ways they have made this work for them. So that might be fun for you to listen to if this is something that interests you a little bit. But I'll give you a couple of examples of things that I have done. So last year, and I told you before, I showed you the page in my planner from 2019 where I chose the theme of energy for January. And so I decided by kind of looking at my assessment that if I could just work on overall my energy level, it would help in a lot of areas. So then that helped me to set a few goals that might work toward that. So that's part of why I gave up pop for the month. Did the 30-day challenge with that, and then I worked on adding more water. I worked on adding more movement and resting and just different things like that. So it was a good one for me because it just kind of helped keep that in my mind so that throughout the day, as it was time to make decisions maybe about what to eat or things like that, I would just have that like, oh, my theme for the month is energy. Is this choice going to put me closer to that goal? So it was just kind of a nice, just reminder. And then for February, I kind of liked the idea of having a theme for the month, but wanted to take it in a different direction. So then February, I'll show you that page too from last year. I said my February word was love. I thought, well, February, Valentine's month, perfect time to work on some things around love. And so I decided that I wanted to add in just being more intentional about loving actions, showing love more to Matt and the kids and showing more appreciation, and also working on self-care, love for myself. And so that was it was just kind of a nice little reminder in the back of my mind, just kind of working through your day, and it kind of just helped to have that mindset, looking for little things, looking for things to appreciate. It's always good to have that reminder. Also kind of helpful maybe when you get to the end of your day and it's time to relax, and okay, am I going to make the decision to just plop down and scroll through Facebook mindlessly or watch Netflix? Or am I gonna, if my theme for the month is love or energy or whatever, am I gonna do something that will help to that? So, maybe instead of that, I'm gonna take the time to read a book I really wanted to read, or, something like that. So it can just help you to make choices more wisely, that little steps that work toward your goal. And basically, kind of what it comes down to is that the month will pass either way. Before we know it, it'll be January 31st instead of January 3rd. And that month will be done, and we'll be well into the new year. And it will either keep going the way we've always been going and just kind of going through our days, doing our usual things, the things that we do on autopilot, or we can be intentional about adding a little something more, whether it's in the areas of productivity or de-stressing or decluttering or happiness or adding more joy, anything like that. It can just be a good reminder that those little decisions and just a little bit more of just being intentional is a good way to add just a lot more of that to our life, add a lot more richness, and then you feel like you're getting more out of your day than just kind of going through the motions. So give that some thought, chew on that idea. The idea of the theme for the month. It could be a theme. Some people do a whole theme for the entire year. To me, that's too big. I know I need to work small, otherwise I will forget about it as life goes on. It's just hard for me to continue something for that length of time, so I like the month. Or you can even do a season. So, like I said, I will link to a couple of other podcasts and videos in the comments that might be interesting for you to watch if you like the idea of the theme for the year. Have a wonderful day.